I wanted to talk about a sensitive topic that there kinda is around these gacha games like all the time for some reason. One second, let me turn down the volume a bit. And that is power creep. Um, I think people have forgotten exactly what power creep means. And yes, this game does have power creep, so I'm going to explain it. It is called power creep for a reason, right? These new DPSs aren't completely invalidating previous ones, but they are slowly getting better and better, which is what power creep is. Gion, for example, shout out to I Summon on YouTube. He has done some calculations for characters' damage, and I believe Gion's optimal rotation with his weapon and optimal stats does around 410k. And for Jinchi, for comparison, for her it was 460k. And that's a 50k difference. I think that's like a 10 to 15% difference in damage after only one release from a DPS, right? But it's gonna get even worse now because Gion doesn't really have any 5-star supports that are dedicated for him. For example, like Yin Lin works with Calcharo and Jinshi. Um, but she doesn't really work with Gion that well. And I mean, bro, Zeshi, she was leaked to be a Glacial support with a rectifier. And apparently, she's also going to be a Jinshi support. So now the optimal Jinshi team will likely be Jinshi, Yinlin, and Zeshi whenever she comes out. And so now, Jinshi's optimal rotation is going to do even more than Gion's. And there were also some damage calcs from I Summon again. This guy makes some of the best like damage calcs for characters, and shout out to him, man. He's really one of my favorite YouTubers out there for this stuff. But Chang Li's optimal rotation damage ended up being around 375k, I believe. So I need you to understand, right? Jinshi, her outro isn't even like a DPS outro. It's a buffing outro, I believe, for fusion damage. So the fact that someone who isn't even really a main DPS is already creeping up on Gion, that's a bit crazy, right? At least in my opinion, that's pretty crazy. Um, the power creep is coming a lot faster than people realize. The fact that Gion is already this close to a sub DPS is a bit wild, especially considering, right? In a Gion team, you need 2 supports to fully support him to get the optimal rotations. But if you really wanted to go this way, you could do a double DPS team with Chang Li and Yin Lin, and then likely just a Verena on the 3rd slot. And you might do near or more damage than a Gion rotation because you're running double DPS on them and you have 2 of them. And Yinlin also passively buffs at the same time, so it's like these teams are getting to the point where Gion is already like power crept. Like he doesn't really matter anymore. The only thing Gion has over these other units is his ult. His ult is very good at gathering enemies, and he has the best ability at doing that. But aside from that, it's like we've already gone from a character who does 410k as a main DPS to now a character who does 370 as a sub DPS, and another character who does 470 to 480 as a main DPS, which is Jinshi. And Zeshi will be a support, and Jinshi will likely go up to 500k plus, right? Damage. And the new Gauntlet guy, I don't know about him. I'm a bit skeptical, right? Because there aren't really any good Gauntlet characters to go off of in this game. Like we've had two broadswords so far. Chang Li's gonna be a sword user. Yin Lin is a rectifier user, and Zeshi is also gonna be a rectifier user. So we have yet to get a Gauntlet 5-star. Actually, I think Lin Yang is a Gauntlet 5-star, but he's like trash. Like his actual like mechanics aren't good in general. So I don't really count Lin Yang in that. But I'm a bit skeptical how they're gonna handle Gauntlet players, right? Gauntlet characters. Because I'm afraid that they're going to take up too much on field time and not do enough damage. Unless that guy ends up not being a DPS, right? But I think it'd be a bit weird to release 2 supports. Like, that kind of suck. Especially considering we just got Yin Lin earlier. So, I hope he ends up being a DPS. And I'm really curious as to how they work with him, right? How they treat him. And most of all, I hope he's badass and he has like a cool ass ult and skills and shit. But yeah, I just want to make this video because so many people don't understand what power creep means. We are already only 1 patch in, and DPSs are already doing 15 to 20% more damage than the previous one. Not even accounting for Calcharo. Calcharo does even less. And it's only gonna keep improving and improving, especially once Jinshi, she gets Zeshi on her team. It'll probably become like a 30% difference, right? So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Peace.